What is going on? What is going on? How are y'all doing today on this wonderful Friday afternoon slash early Saturday morning? Is that your new? Yeah, this is my new friend. No, this is my new character I just created as a fifth. I'm not hiding. This is my alcoholic character. It's a new way where you can like be one of the citizens of New York and you can wander around and get drunk and panhandle. You gotta watch out, people try to beat you up and take your money or whatever. No, I'm just kidding. I come here in a safe house. I was trying to holler at this chick, you know what I'm saying? We gotta start being fruitful and multiplying, reproducing. Who's clapping? Let me find you in the DZ, kid. Alright, so I'm starting off here real quick just because the buy of the week. Oh, damn, I can change my sound. Gotta change that. Right. There we go. The buy of the week from last week is actually located right here at the Cavern Safe House. You've got a few more minutes to come get it before the vendor starts. I would recommend picking it up. Pick 5 of them up, as I did. Tunes up, I'm not hiding. Right here, we got the buy of the week. 267 electronics mat, 3322 skill power. It's like literally 10 skill power points off from being complete god rolled maxed out. I bought 5 of them and applied it to my Firecrest build, and it's nasty good. I might do it on my Tactician, but see, my Tactician right now is set up for PvE, as my Reclaimer is now too. Because of the return of stamina and toughness, I don't think it's really that important to have a healer in a group when doing PvP. And, you know, there's actually a lot of, and it sucks, I like doing it, but there's been a lot of, like, YouTubers lately that, that are dedicated healers. One of them is, Katir, and I actually like some of her content, her and Gourmet J. And she is a dedicated healer, and she's a damn good one, but, because of the way stamina is now, I see her dying a lot because she doesn't have much toughness. She's not able to heal them, and normally they're on their own. So I pretty much converted my healer builds over to PvE builds where they actually are kind of viable now. But anyway, so the buy of the week is right here in the cavern. You still got 4 minutes to come pick up that electronics mod. I'll make a quick rundown of last week's best items real quick. That way, if you're missing something, you can go get it. There are 2 damage to elite mods. The first one is over at Camp Hudson's. The gear vendor there has a 198 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. And then the Southpaw Safe House has a 198 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites. So I would recommend going and picking both of those up. It's really good, man. I'm telling you, I have my Tactician build here, and it's got all damage to elite mods. I got damage to elites on my mask and my knee pad. And then my primary weapon is the Elvo with talented, competent, and then the third one is ferocious, and I have like close to 60% damage to elites. The gun does 13.7k damage, and last night we were doing a legendary, and I was literally shredding the legendary NPCs. Now the downside to it is red bar enemies will kill me. Like talking just right out on the street, red bar enemies. Too many of them will kill me. Same with the purple, but you get me around yellow. Named yellow, elite, or legendary, and I can just shred them in one clip. It's just crazy how much damage it does. So, anyway, Last Call Safe House has a tactical SASG 12 with destructive, deadly, and competent. They also have a really good extended mag with 120 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.5 rate of fire. So that's really our best ones of last week. And lastly, West 46th Street has a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod. If you're trying to add a little bit more critical hit damage, you know, you can go pick that one up real quick. Alright, I'm going to head over to the terminal. I'm going to do like I normally do. I know we got the global event. For all y'all that don't know, because of the maintenance problems that they had Monday when the global event went live with all the Delta errors and stuff, they decided to extend the global event. They were going to extend it for an extra week, but then that would have it run out like on a Thursday or Friday or something like that. And so they said, what the hell, let's just go through till a Monday. So we now have 10, they extended it 11 extra days. As of right now, we're at 10 on the reset. I mean, on the global event, which sucks. I'm not going to lie. It sucks we got 10 days left. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so In my first 2 hours of gameplay, Black Market, yeah, I got you, brother. In my first like 2 hours, two and a half hours of gameplay, we were able to acquire all three of the masks. They're very, very easy to do. This is the easiest one. This is one where you got to do a mission without being shocked by an ally or being shocked, period, in a group. And like I think it's got to be on extreme blackout or whatever. All you got to do is get in a group, random matchmake, and just stay way behind the rest of the team. Don't shoot no guns. Stay way hell away from them. It's easy. Me and my buddy did it by running. We both had reclaimers on where we had our boxes down, so it didn't matter. But if you don't have a crew and you're matchmaking randomly, it's an easy way to do it. This one we did in Lincoln Tunnel. It's super easy. It takes about 45 minutes. And then this one take you about 45 minutes to an hour. Go to World Tier 2. Do Clear Sky by yourself. World Tier 2. Go to the main part there and just farm all the NPCs as they come out. Don't ever pick the explosives up, and they'll just continue to funnel out, and you can get that in 45 minutes or less. So yeah, there you go. You can do all the masks in a ridiculously short amount of time. So y'all ready to get this thing started? Is it gonna be another shitty week? Is it gonna be a good week? We're about to find out. It's about to kick off. I'm gonna start here, get the terminal, base of operations, hit Camp Clinton, and then work my way through the light zone, hit all the DZ checkpoints, and then everybody's going to get back to having some fun. Alright. 427. Let's do this thing, yo. I hope we got something decent over here this week. Let's do it. Alright, this week I'm going to start out no 256 weapons where there is, but apparently I own them all. So if you see any on here, or if you go and there's any that you see, if you would, please put it in chat. That'd be greatly appreciated. But I'm going to check out these anyway, because if you're running a skill build and you can't reach weapon talent requirements, it's always nice to have lower gear score weapons, as you can reach those talents. So, weapons-wise, all we got right here is a military L86 blueprint, 229. RPK custom P416. This is 204. So really, yeah, nothing worth a damn. Switch over here to the special equipments vendor. Alright, this week the Liberator's coming in with 18% enemy armor damage with the talents of Capable, Predatory, and Responsive. Not too bad if you're looking for a PvE one. The Centurion this week has Ferocious and Expert. The Historian has a really low 154 headshot damage. Talents are Predatory, Discipline, and then History Repeats. The Cassidy has 343.5 stagger to it with the talents of Swift and Meticulous. And the Pecan Light Machine Gun has 22% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of Talented, Destructive, and Pecan. I used to love this gun. Haven't used it in a long time. I actually used it whenever I was doing the Vulcan mass run on Clear Sky, because every time you kill an NPC, you reload, you get more rounds in it, and I think I had like 116 rounds in it. So this ain't that bad with Destructive there on it. But yeah, we got the 93R pistol with Expert and Fierce. Converted USC submachine gun with 22.5 crit chance. Talents are Talented, Vicious, and Ambusher. Here we got a lightweight M4 with 20% enemy armor damage with the talents of Skilled, Talented, and Intense. We got a Marine Super 90 shotgun with 337.5 stagger, and it has the talents of Deadly, Dominant, and Vicious. Classic M1A marksman rifle with an extremely low 142 headshot damage and the talents of Commanding, Dominant, and Toxic. Lastly, we got an MG5 light machine gun with 19% damage to targets out of cover. The talents are Determined, Destructive, and Commanding. As usual, I'm going to do the high-end pieces. I'm going to skip these gear set pieces because everybody wants classifieds now. We got a rejuvenated mask with low 887 armor with a 1210 stamina roll damage, and the minor is 15% blind death resist. We've got a Reckless chest piece with 1834 armor. It's got a 1219 electronics roll. Major attributes are 5% enemy armor damage, 4% all resist, and the minor is 27% increased kill XP. We got an inventive backpack with 1334 armor. It's got a 1231 firearms roll. Major attribute is 16% stability, and the minor is 14 disrupt. We got a pair of accomplished knee pads coming in at 1499 armor with a very low 1135 firearms roll. Major attribute is 3.5 enemy armor damage. Minor attributes are 15% damage to elites, 30% bleed, and 27% burn resist. Here we got a nimble holster with 953 armor. It's got a low 1201 firearms roll and a really low 1115 electronics roll. However, the stamina roll is at 1267. It's pretty decent with the major attribute of 6% skill haste. And we got a pair of cunning gloves here with 934 armor. It's got a 1236 electronics roll with the major attributes of 7% skill haste, 4% health on kill, and 12% shotgun damage. We've got a low 245 stamina mod with 3% signature ability resource gain and a 5% first aid self-heal. We've got a high velocity magazine with 6.5 crit chance, 4.5 reload speed, and 11.5 magazine size. A tyrant suppressor with 7% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.5 headshot damage. This isn't too bad if you're doing some solo stuff. You can use one of these if you want to try not to aggro so many people. We've got a hand stop reload speed with 27.5% reload speed, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.5 optimal range. And lastly, a V1X scope 12 times with 18.5 headshot, 4.5 optimal range, and 2.5 stability. And always, we got the classified cashier. If you're sitting at 5,000 Phoenix credits and you got nothing to do with them, no weapon talents to roll on any weapons, and you want to shoot your luck at getting a gear piece, classified piece, maybe you don't like the ones that they got this week with the global event, you buy this cash, you're guaranteed one classified piece, 51 target intel, you get between 11 and 19 weapon kits, 22 to 38 division tech, and you have a 1 in 84 chance of getting the one piece you need. So, there you go. Let's go see what we got up here. Alright, here we are at the Advanced Weapons Vendor, and we got an Officer's M9A1 pistol with Expert and Cool-Headed. Cool-Headed is very nice to have on a pistol if you're doing some PvE content by yourself, trying to do a legendary or something, and your signature ability goes off. You can use this pistol right here to get some headshots on NPCs. Now, it's not every headshot gives you a 5% cooldown. There's like a 0.3 second cooldown in between shots, so it's like every other shot. But you can get your signature skill back extremely quick. So I'd recommend, if you don't have a pistol with Cool-Headed, pick one up, try it out. Alright, we got an enhanced AUG A3P submachine gun with 22.5 crit chance with the talents of accurate, swift, and brutal. Got a military AK-47M assault rifle with a very nice 23% enemy armor damage with the talents of vicious, talented, and fierce. It's a crit machine. Got a Marine Super 90 shotgun with 301 stagger to it with responsive, brutal, and determined. And we got a Model 700 marksman rifle with an OK-162 headshot damage, and the talents are trained, talented, and elevated. And lastly, we got an infantry MG5 light machine gun with 19% damage to targets out of cover. Talents this week are competent, self-preserved, and swift. Got a high velocity magazine with 7.5 crit chance, 4.5 reload speed, and 4% critical hit damage. And lastly, or not lastly, but now we got a SR7 suppressor. I love this suppressor with my assault rifles. I like this one and the the FDE suppressor. It's got 18% critical hit damage, 5.5 headshot, and 2.5 stability. We got the Coyote hand stop with 29.5 reload speed, 2.5 stability, and 2.5 accuracy. And lastly now, we've got a Pro Red Dot sight with 18% critical hit damage, 4.5 optimal range, and 2.5 stability. Alright. So far, not a single item. Let's see if we got anything here at the Dark Zone vendor in here. Alright, we got an ACR assault rifle with 19% enemy armor damage. Talents are deadly, intense, and predatory. Got a Tenacious Mask at 913 armor with a 1217 electronics roll. Major attribute is 7.5% enemy armor damage, and the minor is 15% disorient. Here we get an extremely low 234 firearms roll with a worthless 2% all resist major attribute. And an angled grip with 12% stability, 4.5 optimal range, and 4% critical hit damage. If you don't have any Dark Zone keys, I would recommend buying some consumable caches to get you some, because the Dark Zone crates have a chance to drop classifieds. If you do not have millions of DZ funds, you can create another character, get it to level 29, And then you can buy these exact same consumable caches for only 1,009 Dark Zone credits. And all your characters share everything. So do the math. Alright, the weapons vendor this week, we've got a M870 Express shotgun with 324% staggered. And it's got the talents of capable, vicious, and meticulous. What is up, GB? How are you doing? And we got, lastly, a hand-stop foliage green with 27.5 reload speed, 4.5 optimal range, and 3% stability. Next up, we've got a pair of Prosperous knee pads, 1450 armor with a low 1145 stamina roll to it. Major attribute is a worthless 3% all resist, and the minors are 29% disrupt, 31% shock resistance, and then 50% increased kill XP. Bam! Buy of the week right here. Oh my god. As you see, that's maxed out, y'all. I gotta write this down. I'm about to waste some money on these. Alright. Base of operations gear. That is a 202 electronics. 4% damage to elites. That 4% is maxed out. That is the highest it is. New vendor. Yes, this is it right now. Buy this right now. I'm telling you. Like, I'm not even kidding. My tactician build, I have all electronic damage to elite mods, but they're 203. Damage to elites, and my reclaimer, same thing. They're all electronics damage to elite mods at 203. So, welcome everybody to the live vendor reset. There's been nothing good so far until right now. Inside your base of operations, the gear vendor right here has 202 electronics mods with 4% damage to elites. That is maxed out. Picking them up. Alright, and second off now, we got a 4% Seeker Mind damage performance mod if you need that. Alright, I'm going to jump over to Camp Clinton now, check the blueprint vendor here, and then the special equipments vendor. Then from there I'll start up at Autumn's Hope in by Times Square and start going through all the safe houses. Hope everyone's had a wonderful week. If you noticed, going to buy any of the global event caches, a couple days ago it said there was like 4 days left on the global event, and then yesterday, if you noticed it, it said 11 days. That is not a glitch. They extended it. They were only going to extend it for a couple other days, but they didn't want it to end on like a Thursday or Friday of next week, so they said, what the hell, let's just go through until May the 7th. So we now have it for 10 more days, which, I mean, I guess if you're trying to get those classified sets, that's really good, but I just get burnt out on these global events after a few days of grinding, and not even that much. I mean, we really haven't put that much time into it. Alright, the blueprint vendor here, we got an electronics knee pad blueprint, 256 gear score. We got a power level 34 heavy spring magazine blueprint. We got a 229 tactical SASG 12K blueprint, 93R blueprint with a 229 gear score, 229 stamina vest and firearms mass blueprints. And tactical M16 or MK16 blueprint, 204 gear score. These are very nice to craft, these kind of weapons right here if you're running like all electronics and you need to unlock certain talents. Mine, I can have the upper gear score ones because I usually do like talented, competent, and then I'll put like ferocious in the free slot. But if you're trying to unlock stuff like destructive and things like that, then you'll probably want to craft you a lower level one and you can have them all opened up. So alright, let's start it off here. The Centurion pistol with Expert and Ferocious. Got the Historian with the OK 165 headshot damage. The talents are Commanding and Toxic. The Cassidy has 334 staggered with the talents of Swift and Sustained. The Pecan has 20% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of Dominant and Sustain. The Liberator has 22% enemy armor damage with the talents of Skilled, Responsive, and Unforgiving. So this is actually pretty good. Let me put this down. This could be a pretty decent one for somebody. Alright, Clint. 22 AD. Skilled. Response. Alright. We've got a 586 Magnum pistol with expert and trained, and Navy MP5N submachine gun with 19.5 critical hit chance with deadly, brutal, and ferocious. Got the tactical ACR with 18% enemy armor damage with the talents of capable, accurate, and self-preserved. Got a double barrel sawed-off with 324 stagger with fierce, capable, and determined. This is another one that if you don't have one, pick one up. It's got determined in the bottom slot. You can either keep that, which is nice, or put predatory, or if you can unlock predatory, you can put that in the top one, have the predatory and determined, which I think that's what I have, predatory, unforgiven, and determined. Yes, and this is very, very nice. So, believe it or not, unforgiven works really well. Sometimes when I'm low on health and they're low on health, I'll pull it out and bust one on them. Oh, thank you, my man. We got a extended magazine in the Camp Clinton blueprint vendor. So pick that up. Power level 34 extended mag. Thank you so much. Let me write that down on my list. Extended mag. Blueprint. I do appreciate that, my man. Anybody just joining? The gear vendor inside the base of operations has a 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. That is maxed out on the damage to elites. Alright, we got a SOCOM M1A marksman rifle with 158 headshot damage with the talents of swift, intense, and fierce. A military M60E4 light machine gun with 19% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of fierce, swift, and sustain. We got a rejuvenated mask with 890 armor. It's got a 1243 stamina roll. Major attribute is 6.5% enemy armor damage. The minor is 16% blind deaf. Got a forceful chest piece. Excuse me, y'all. My throat is like killing me right now. Got a forceful chest piece with 1783 armor, 1255 stamina roll. It's got a 5.5 enemy armor damage, 10% exotic damage resilience, and the minor is 50% ammo capacity. We got a resourceful backpack with 1318 armor. It's got a low 1184 electronics roll. The major attribute is 7% critical hit damage, and the minor is 14% bleed resist. Got a pair of accomplished knee pads with 1607 armor. It's got a low 1148 firearms roll. Major attribute is 4% enemy armor damage, and the minors are 28 disrupt, 28 blind deaf, and 29 disorient. We've got a steadfast holster with an 868 armor. It's got 12s across the board, and the major attribute is 6% skill haste. Got a pair of decisive gloves with 858 armor. It's got a very low 1150 stamina roll, with the major attributes being 5% health on kill, 9% skill haste, and 12% assault rifle damage. Here we got a 257 stamina mod with 1% critical hit chance, and a 3.5 turret damage mod. Got a heavy spring that has 2.5 crit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and a 9.8 rate of fire. Got a loud vent brake with 18% critical hit damage, 4.5 optimal range, and 6% headshot damage. Got a wolf gray hand stop with 30.5 reload speed. It's got 2.5 stability and 4.5 optimal range. And a small RDS scope with 13.5 stability, 4.5 optimal range, and 2.5 critical hit chance. And again, if you have Phoenix credits at blow, you don't need to recalibrate any weapons or anything. You can buy a classified cache, and you got a 1 in 84 chance of getting that one last piece you need. That Predator's Mark backpack or that Striker mask or something. But if you're looking for Striker, I'd recommend buying the Striker caches in the terminal. So, alright, so that's it with Camp Clinton. Now I'm going to start up here at Autumn's Hope and go through all the safe rooms. Again, if you're just joining, base of operations gear vendor, 202 electronics mod, 4% damage to elites. Go pick that up. Get 5 of them. That's max. Alright. Alright, we got a pair of cunning gloves with 973 armor. It's got a 1148 firearms roll. Major attributes are 11% pistol damage, 5% critical hit chance, and 15% critical hit damage. Here we got a 208 superior firearms mod with 4% disrupt resist, and a 267 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. This is max. This is very nice. I have a bunch of these. They had one a long time ago. I haven't seen this max out again, so I'm going to write this down. Autumn's Hope. 267 firearms. All right. Let's go over to Will's Den. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is TSwandol. We're part of the D-Tech Gaming Group. We primarily are nothing but the Division. We're on PS4, but we also have PC and Xbox players. Main thing I do is I do the live vendor reset. We love to help people. If you're new to the game and you're looking for some people to run with, we're definitely here to do it. We also do dark zone farming for people. I farm the DZ. Me and my friends will farm the DZ. Any exotics, any classified we get. If you need it, you just let us know. We'll send you an invite. We'll grenade ourselves. Let that item drop for you. We'll help you extract it out and be on your way. If there's any content, legendary missions, incursions that you can't complete or you've been struggling with, we love to help people get through those. So pretty much, we're just here to give back to the game and to the community that has given so much to us. Most content creators out there just do a lot of manhunt videos and things like that, which is cool. I mean, that's fine. But we just wanted to do a little something different. We wanted to give back to this game because this game really has given so much to us. So if you're new, man, hit that subscribe button. Or if anything, if you don't subscribe, that's fine. I would really appreciate a like, though, to help get the channel out there so we can reach more people and bring more people into this wonderful community. All right, let's get it started again. Wolves Den, we got a lightweight M4 with 23% enemy armor damage with the talents of Talented, Self-Preserved, and Predatory. So this is another pretty good one for some PvE content. I'm going to write this down. Wolves Den. Lightweight M4, 23 enemy armor with Talented. Self-preserve and pred. What's up, Topher? And we got a quick release magazine with 30% reload speed, 11.5 magazine size, and 2.5 critical hit chance. Alright, let's drop down to the next one here, Dante's Run. Again, if you're just now joining right this second, base of operations, inside your base there, the gear vendor has an 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. That is extremely good. Blueprint vendor at Camp Clinton has an extended magazine blueprint for power level 34. And there's also a Liberator there with 22% enemy armor damage with skilled, responsive, and unforgiving. Alright, we got a refresh mask with 858 armor. It's got a 1255 firearms roll. Major attribute is 4% all resist, and the minor is 12% damage to elites. We've got a 197 stamina mod with 3% damage to elites. And a 256 firearms mod with 2977 skill power. What was this one again? I forgot what it's called. Dante's Run. I'm going to be doing a lot of writing now this week. It's been so bad lately. 197 stamina. Alright. Let's see where we at here. There it goes. Hermit Station. Yeah, the past few weeks have been horrible. Last week was actually okay, but then like the previous 5 weeks before that, I think each week there was only a total of maybe 3 items that were really worth the damn. And so far this week we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 really good items. And we're just getting started. So got big hopes for the rest of this one. Alright, we've got a Paratrooper SVD marksman rifle with 159 headshot damage with Fierce, Trained, and Disciplined. And a magazine with 117.5 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and a very nice 5.6 rate of fire. Jump over to the cavern real quick. If you're having trouble getting any of these new masks, believe it or not, they're actually extremely easy to get. I mean, it was laughable at how easy they were. The first one we did was the the skull one, the chemist looking one. That's one where you can't be shocked during a mission when in a group. Me and my friend did it, just me and him. We did Hudson Refugee Camp, and we both run reclaimers where we dropped our box, so it didn't really shock us. But when we got it for another friend, what we did is we just told him we did Hudson, and we went through and just cleared the mission, and we just had him fall way behind and pretty much just, come ahead once we cleared the area out, and he got it just that easily. So. Alright, we've got a technical backpack with 1267 armor. It's got a really low 1124 stamina roll. It's got the talents, major attributes is 12,585 health, and minor is 17% burn resist. And then we got a superior electronics mod, 212 with 11% ammo capacity, and a 4.5 ballistic shield damage resilience mod. Let's go over to Camp Hudson. Best items this week. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this has been, like, shockingly good so far. And we're just getting started. Just getting started. But I've already picked up 5 of those 4% damage to elite mods up in the base. I mean, that's going to be going on my tactician and reclaimer as soon as we're done here. Go ahead and get rid of my old ones. Well, I might take my other ones and... I'm going to get rid of the old ones. I don't need them no more. I had a bunch of 212 firearm 4% damage to elite ones that I got like months and months ago, and I accidentally freaking deconstructed them all. I don't know why, but I screwed up. Alright, we got a military AK-47M here with 20% damage or enemy armor damage with the talents of intense, deadly, and self-preserved. And another extended magazine with 118.5 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 5% reload speed. Let's go check out the gear vendor real quick. Alright, we got a pair of decisive gloves with the low 875 armor. It's got another low 1195 electronics roll. It's got 12% SMG, 11% pistol damage, and 16% critical hit damage. Here we got a superior 188 firearms mod with 4% shock resist. Is there any way to get tools quick? Got my tools already. We got a extremely low 238 electronics mod with 2% all resist. A couple ways you can do it is you can go through all the places on your map where you see tools at. I know that sucks, but I don't know if you can still do it. I know there used to be a way if you go to I'll tell you in just seconds, Emmy. If you change your world tier, I'm at world tier 5, go to world tier 1, and then when you go into world tier 1, go to a vendor, and like what gives you tools? Like if you deconstruct, let me buy this real quick. Go to world tier 1 and just buy a ton of like extended magazines. They're gonna be like power level 31 or something, but they're gonna be dirt cheap. They're not gonna be near as much. They'll be like 15,000 credits. Just buy a ton of extended magazines and then deconstruct them all. Just start deconstructing the shit out of them all. That'll be the best way to do it quickly to get large amounts of them really fast. The lightweight M4 was at the Wolves Den safe house. 23% enemy armor damage with talented, self-preserved, and predatory. Yeah, no problem, my man, no problem. Let's go check out the meat locker. So I told you how I did the chemist mash really easy. This one that I have on right here, you have to melee 200 enemies while your power bar is full or whatever. We just farmed Lincoln Tunnel over and over, and what we did is when we get to the part where you get to the big open area right at the beginning, or like a couple minutes in, you just stack up a bunch there, and then when you have to go down that hallway and guard that girl while she sets the explosives, we had one person go down there and would kill the 2 NPCs by her. That would start activating them, and then me and another friend climbed up the scaffolding where they all start coming down on top of that semi, and we just dropped a box right there, and we literally wouldn't even let them jump down. As soon as they jumped onto the scaffolding where we're at, we just started meleeing the piss out of them. We did that a few times, and then we all got our mask. It was like literally within 45 minutes or so we were able to get that one, or this one that I got now, the panda one. Alright, here we got a SRS A1 marksman rifle with a very nice 170 headshot damage with the talents of talented, commanding, and harmful. And we got a PEQ-15 laser orange with 15% accuracy, 5% reload speed, and 2.5 stability. Let's go check out Madison's stand. Yeah, no problem, Zimmy. Thanks for stopping by, my man. What's up, Nathan? How you doing, brother? Alright, here we go. We got a resourceful backpack with 1290 armor. It's got a really low 1131 electronics roll to it. Major attribute is 13,298 skill power, and the minor is 17% bleed resist. We got a superior 208 electronics mod with 4% disorient resist, and a 243 stamina mod with 2.5 exotic damage resilience. Very low, very low. Nathan, if you're just joining us, my man, go to the base of operations. Yeah, I got you, Mr. Beastly. Excuse me. Actually, we got two. You got the Wolves Den. Has a lightweight M4. 23% enemy armor damage with talented, self-preserved, and predatory. Camp Clinton's got a Liberator with 22% enemy armor damage with skilled. And then it's got responsive and unforgiving in it, which is really, really nice. And then inside your base of operations at the gear vendor. Inside the base of operations gear vendor. A 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. And Dante's Run has a 197 stamina mod with 3% damage to elites. So, get them, y'all. Get them. I'm at the start of your video. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, no problem, Mr. Beasley. Thank you for stopping by, my man. Alright, we got a SASG 12 shotgun with 313 stagger. It's got the talents of capable, brutal, and determined. And we got an Osprey 45 suppressor with 16.5 accuracy, 4.5 optimal range, 6% headshot damage. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is TSwandol. It is Friday, April 27th. This is the live vendor reset. I started doing this a few months back. It has been awesome. A lot of positive feedback. I do this so y'all don't have to take the time to go to each one of these. You can just pop the stream on while you're playing the game. Don't miss a second of the global event or whatever it is you're doing. You need to be playing. I'll do all the hard work for you. Also, if you're new to the game and you need help running through some of the stuff, maybe you're not good with matchmaking, hit me up. We will definitely run with you. We got lower level characters also that we can run through. And we do a DZ farming stream where we farm the DZ and any exotics or classifieds me and my friends get. We'll invite you if you need them on stream. Just say, hey, I need that piece. We'll invite you on. We'll grenade ourselves. Let those pieces drop. You can pick them up. We'll help you extract it. You can be on your way. If you need help doing any of the legendaries, incursions, any of that, you let us know, and we will help you get through it. Matchmaking can be a pain in the butt. All right, here we are at the Ward Safe House. We've got a robust chest piece with 1880 armor. It's got a 1236 stamina roll. Major attributes are 9% skill haste, 4% all resist, and the minors are 27% increased skill XP. We've got a 213 stamina mod with 5% increased kill XP and a 5% pulse duration. Let's see if we get anything good up here. Also want to give a big shout out to my crew here at D-Tech. We got my friend Dukester, got my buddy Evan, Chris, Hella is my dog, and we have a brand new member, our dog Beautify. Welcome to the club, welcome to the group, welcome to this community. Everybody else that's been here since day one, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And anybody that's new, I greatly appreciate you hitting that like button. You don't have to subscribe. I understand you got a lot going on. If you do, that'd be amazing. We are a community that just gives back to this community in any way we can. But if anything, I appreciate a like. That way the video can get out there. We can reach more people. We want to bring more people in this community. Pre-fall, I haven't come across any yet, but I got you right here. And if I come across any, I will write them down for you, my friend. And that way, if you're not on and I don't recognize, or if you don't tell me that you see one later on, I will send you a message on YouTube saying where it is and what it is. All right, we got a pair of Prosperous Knee Pads with 1479 armor. It's got a 1202 stamina roll. Major attribute is 3% all resist. Minors are 15% damage to elites, 31% shock resist, and 50% increased kill XP. Got a 205 electronics mod with 10% ammo capacity and a 3.5 mobile cover damage resilience mod. What is up, Hedgehogs? Yes, there's a lot of items that are really good, and while I'm fast traveling, I'm going to tell you. First and foremost, the gear vendor inside the base of operations has a 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. Dante's Run has a 197 stamina mod with 3% damage to elites. Camp Clinton has a extended magazine blueprint and a liberator with 22% enemy armor damage with skilled, responsive, and unforgiven. Autumn's Hope has a 267 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. And Wolf's Den has a lightweight M4 with 23% enemy armor damage with talented, self-preserved, and predatory. So not too shabby. Alright, and we've got an enhanced ACRE assault rifle with 18% enemy armor damage with the talents of predatory, talented, and unforgiven. And we got a high velocity mag with 7.5 critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 11% magazine size. Come on. There we go. Let's go to the firewall. Alright, we've got a forceful chest piece with 1850 armor. It's got a low 1171 electronics roll. It does have 16,097 health, 5% enemy armor damage, and a minor's 24% increased kill XP. Alright, oh my god. Got another one, let's see. Okay. So we got electronics, firearms, and now stamina. Which one is this? Firewall. We got a, it's not the highest, but it's alright. 184 firearms, 3% damage to elites. Nice though, we got all three of the damage to elites. So 184 damage to 184 firearms, 3% damage to elites. And we've got a 3.5 sticky bomb damage mod if you don't have any and you're trying to do that tactician sticky bomb, which is so helpful right now during the new legendaries. The stamina one is at Dante's Run, 197 stamina. And then the buy of the week is the electronics one in the base of operations, the gear vendor with the 4% damage to elites. Alright, let's see if we got any good weapons here at the crypt. Let's talk to the crypt keeper. Alright, we've got a converted USC submachine gun with 20% critical hit chance with talented, fierce, and ambusher, so no. And lastly, a small grip red with 17% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 2.5 stability. Alright, that does it for the light zone. I'm going to start up here at East 64th Street. I'm going to hit all the checkpoints on the east side, come up around the west side, and I'll stop at West 53rd Street. For the sake of time, I'm not going to hit all the safe rooms. If somebody's in the DZ and you happen to go in the safe rooms and you see an item that is just a must-have, I'd appreciate it if you put it in chat. If not, then if I come across anything later tonight as I'm in the DZ, I will add it to the description later. So I'm going to fast travel up here real quick, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to grab me some more water because my throat is killing me, and we'll get this thing rolling. see what we got going on here. Alright, we got a 262 firearms mod with 3% signature of gain and a 6.5% ballistic shield health mod. Check out E60 first. I'm telling you, if you've never used any of them damage to elite mods, I used to not really care about them a while back. I heard people talk about them. I was like, man, I'm just going to run my skill haste mobs, this and that. And they helped doing heroic incursions and stuff, get my skills back quicker. But once I built my tactician build, and I put all damage to elite mods on it, and then I rolled damage to elites on my mask, knee pads, and then I put ferocious on my weapon, I was blown away at how an assault rifle that only does just under 14k damage can literally shred them dudes. I was blown away. Alright, here we go. We got a heavy spring magazine with 4.5 reload speed, 3% critical hit chance, and 9.7 rate of fire. Got a large suppressor FDE with 18% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 2.5 critical hit chance. A vertical grip, I love these, with 47% optimal range, 2% accuracy, and 4.5 reload speed. And lastly, a CQBSS scope FDE, 13% stability, 2% accuracy, and 4% critical hit damage. Jump on down. Ooh, I'm glad I can join him. East 58th Street. This will be all high-end gear. If anybody in chat has any questions pertaining to the global event, the mask, or how to do the new legendary stuff like that, please feel free to put them in chat, and I'll answer any questions. You're absolutely right, my man. Absolutely right. It has just blown me away. I'm a huge fan of damage to elite mods now. Alright, we got a Tenacious Mask here. It's got a low 876 armor, another low 1139 stamina roll. Major attribute is 9789 skill power, and 10% damage to elites. Toonza! What's up, my man? That was an easy extraction last night, wasn't it? Super easy in survival. Alright, we got a robust chest piece with 1986 armor. It's got a low 1145 firearms roll. Major attributes 4%. Health on kill, and the oh so worthless 4% all resist, and the minor is 26% increased kill XP. Got a technical backpack with 1151 armor. It's got a low 1154 electronics roll. It's got 11,459 health and 14% disrupt resist. Got a pair of accomplished knee pads with 1577 armor. It's got a low 1126 stamina roll. It does have 8% exotic damage resilience. The minor attributes are 30% disorient, 29% bleed resist, and 16% damage to elites. We have got a sturdy holster with 1100s on the firearms of stamina and a low 1239 electronics roll. It's got a decent 903 armor and 18% reload speed. Lastly, we've got a pair of decisive gloves with 978 armor. It's got a 1223 firearms roll. Major attributes are 8% skill haste, 10% shotgun damage, and 16% critical hit damage. Alright, let's go check out Park Ave and the high-end weapons. So, base of operations gear vendor, 202 electronics, 4% damage to elites. Dante's Run, 197 stamina, 3% damage to elites. Firewall, 184 firearms, 3% damage to elites. Yeah. It's like that. I believe if you go rogue, you must pay for your sin. Okay. Got an M1911 pistol with expert and intense. A tactical AUG A3P submachine gun with 22.5% critical hit chance with meticulous, sustain, and swift. Military G36 with 23% enemy armor damage with responsive, swift, and focused. A custom M870 MCS shotgun with 334.5 stagger with commanding, trained, and fierce. An M700 carbine with 164 headshot damage with intense, destructive, and elevated. And lastly, a military MK46 light machine gun, 22% damage to targets out of cover with determined, brutal, and ferocious. So nothing all that great there. Let's go to East 53rd Street and after. Hey, Toonza, ask Hella about my jerseys. He saw my Newcastle jersey. He's seen there is a Newcastle jersey amongst the Liverpool stuff. Alright, here we are, East 53rd Street. We got a first wave X45 pistol with Expert and Vicious. We've got a Steadfast holster with low 870 armor, and it's got low rolls across the board with 19% reload speed. Here we got a low 247 stamina roll with 2972 health. A reflex sight tan, don't ever get the ones that say tan, with 5% optimal range, 2.5 stability, 2% accuracy. Alright, we're going to keep pushing on. East 46th Street. Ooh. Alright. Here we got a Tactical AUG A3P submachine gun with 21% critical hit chance with the talents of Swift, Meticulous, and Adept. Got a pair of Prosperous knee pads with 1616 armor, 1213 stamina. It's got 8% critical hit damage. The minors are 32 disrupt, 30 blind deaf, and 30% disorient resist. Got a 6% support station duration mod, and a compensator with 11.5 stability, 2% accuracy, and 4% critical hit damage. Let's go down to West, East 42nd. Let me screw Newcastle. You are a shit starter, Hella. Good lord. Oh, you're young. Yeah, I know, Hella. I mean, Toonza, he's crazy. Alright, we got an MP7 submachine gun with 20% critical hit chance with brutal, accurate, and talented. Another crappy pair of knee pads here, accomplished with 1638 armor, 1190 electronics, 3% all resist, and the minors are 31 burn, 32 shock, and 33 blind deaf resist. Got a 5% first aid self-heal mod and an extended mag with 110 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.7 rate of fire. If you are just getting to the stream, because I see the numbers jumping up and down, there are 3 damage to elite mods. Firewall has a 184 firearms with 3% damage to elites. Dante's Run's got a 197 stamina with 3% damage to elites. And the best is the Base of Operations Gear Vendor has a 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. Alright, we got a Marine Super 90 shotgun here with 315.5 stagger with destructive, deadly, and self-preserved. Got a sturdy holster with 894 armor. It's got low rolls across the board with 6% skill haste. Got a 256 firearms mod with only 2% exotic damage resilience, and an angle grip with 13% stability, 4.5 reload, and 4.5 optimal range. Alright, East 34th Street. If you're still hunting the house, if you haven't got one yet, of course the DZ Underground can give it to you. But if you farm the new legendaries, Amherst and Grand Central, once a week you'll get the exotic cache, but every time you do it, when you kill the hunters at the end of them, they are guaranteed to drop you an exotic every time. So you could, with a good crew, we can do Amherst in under 30 minutes, so you could guarantee yourself a guaranteed exotic every 30 minutes, and if you're in a group of 4, then that's a 1 in 4 chance of someone getting the house every 30 minutes. Not bad. Alright, Police UMP 45 submachine gun with 22.5% critical hit chance with accurate, deadly, and ambusher. Got a pair of relentless backpack with a low 1168 armor. It's got a low 1170 electronics roll with 15% stability and 15% bleed resist. We've got a 253 firearms mod with 4% signature ability resource game, and a Russian red dot sight with 15.5 accuracy, 4.5 optimal range, and 4% critical hit damage. Let's go check out East 31st Street. house, and then just go extract up north, especially for solo. Alright, here we are, East 31st Street. We got a first wave Vector 45 ACP submachine gun with 20.5 critical hit chance with the talent. 1100s on the firearms and electronics with a 1238 stamina roll and a 20% reload speed as a major attribute. Here we got a 257 stamina mod with 2.5 exotic damage resilience and a reflex sight with 6.5 crit chance, 2% accuracy, and 4.5 optimal range. Let's go check out 5th Avenue. Alright, got a military L86 LSW light machine gun with 19% damage to targets out of cover with skilled, unforgiving, and talented. Got a pair of prosperous knee pads with a low 1440 armor, low 1172 firearms. It does have 16,192 health, and the minor attributes are 32 burn, 31 disrupt resist, and 15% damage to elites. Got a 6.5 turret duration mod and a small laser pointer with 14.5 accuracy, 4.5 optimal range, and 2.5 stability. Check out West 31st Street. All in all, it's been a good week so far with having the firearms, stamina, and electronics mods with damage to elites. Got the Autumn's Hopes, got the 267 firearms mod with 3% skill haste, and then lightweight M4 and a liberator pretty good this week too. So, all right, we got a tactical ACR with 18% enemy armor damage with the talents of prepared, unforgiven, and brutal. A pair of Savage Gloves with 878 armor, 1180 stamina. It's got 12% shotgun, 15% critical hit damage, and 7.5 enemy armor damage. Here we got a 258 electronics mod with 3% skill haste. We got a OD green hand stop with 29% reload speed, 4.5 optimal range, and 4% critical hit damage. Any good G36? Not really. There is one right here at Park Avenue. I can't remember what all it had on it. I think it's got like responsive, and then of course focused, and maybe deadly, or I can't remember exactly what it was. But that was really the only one, so go check that one out there at Park Avenue. I didn't see any 256 gear score blueprints because I think I own them all. But at Camp Clinton, there is an extended magazine blueprint. It's power level 34. Alright, we got another military L86 light machine gun with 21% damage to targets out of cover. With swift, unforgiven, and sustained. Firearms will help. No, there has been no firearms health mods yet. But we do have damage to elite mods. We got electronics, stamina, and firearm damage to elites mod. Base of operations gear vendor has a 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. We got a refresh mask with 959 armor, 1238 firearms. It's got a major attribute of 4% critical hit chance. Minor attributes 11% damage to elites. No, absolutely no good loud vent breaks. There was one loud vent break that had I want to say I think it's in the advanced weapon vendor, at like 18% critical hit damage, but then it had like stability and accuracy on it, so it was garbage. We got a 251 stamina mod with 2.5 exotic damage resilience. It was a SR7. Yeah, there was a SR7 there, but then there was a loud vent break at one of those that was trash. It may have been, it was on the left side of the map, I do know that, but it wasn't any good. We got a muzzle brake, 12% stability, 6% headshot damage, and 2% accuracy. Alright, let me go to the next one. I'm going to go through all the good stuff real quick while I'm fast traveling, so we've got some new people joining. Alright, start off here. The Firewall Safe House has a 184 firearms mod, 3% damage to elites. Dante's Run, 197 stamina mod with 3% damage to elites. The Gears vendor inside your base of operations has a 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. Camp Clinton has a extended magazine blueprint. And then the special weapons vendor at Camp Clinton has a liberator, 22% enemy armor damage with skilled, responsive, and unforgiven. And Autumn's Hope has a 267 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. And Wolf's Den has a lightweight M4 with 23% enemy armor damage with talented, self-preserved, and predatory. And that's really about it so far. Got a few more checkpoints to go. We got a Police 686 Magnum pistol with Expert and Talented. Reckless chest piece with 1844 armor. It's got 1114 stamina roll, 9% skill haste, 4% all resist, and 56% ammo capacity. Here we got a 260 stamina mob with 3310 skill power. An extended magazine, 116 magazine size, 2.5 critical hit chance, and 4.5 reload speed. Alright, let's check out West 42nd Street. Seeing shock turns, dropping down, good, dropping, sorry, I hate them things, make them go down and burn in hell. Alright, here we go, we got my favorite sniper rifle here, marksman rifle. It's a custom M44, it's got really low 149 headshot damage with destructive, toxic, and proficient. We have got a enduring mask with a very low 884 armor, 1173 electronics roll, major attributes 10.5 exotic damage resilience, and the minor 16% blind death resist. Got a 242 stamina mob with 2.5 exotic damage resilience, and a flash hider with 16% accuracy, 4.5 optimal range, and 2.5 stability. Come on. There we go, West 46th Street. Alright, we've got an M700 Tactical with 166 headshot damage with the talents of Intense, Competent, and Elevated. We've got an Inventive Backpack, 1327 armor, 1156 electronics roll with stability and bleed resist. And we've got a 3.5 Seeker Mine damage mod and an ACOG scope 4 times, bronze with 16.5 accuracy, 5% optimal range, and 5.5 headshot damage. Lastly, West 53rd Street. So yeah, it started off really, really good, and then it just stopped at the firewall. But still, I'll take this. It's been really nice. The may not be that many items, but the quality of each item is really nice. And we got another L86, custom L86 A2 light machine gun with 21% damage to targets out of cover with brutal, destructive, and ferocious. An Inventive Backpack with 1320 armor, 1252 electronics roll. It's got 8% critical hit damage and 16% bleed resist. Got another worthless 245 stamina mod with 2% all resist and a compensator with 13% stability, 5.5 headshot damage, and 2% accuracy. Well, we've come to the end of another vendor reset. And like I said, I'll go through the items again. Not many, but they are good. First and best is inside the base of operations. The gear vendor has a 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. If you jump over to Camp Clinton, the blueprints vendor there, you'll see an extended magazine blueprint. It's power level 34. And then the special equipments vendor has a liberator with 22% enemy armor damage with skilled, responsive, and unforgiven. Autumn's Hope Safe House has a 267 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. Which is maxed out. Wolf's Den has a lightweight M4 with 23% enemy armor damage with talented, self-preserved, and predatory. Dante's Run Safe House has a 197 stamina mod with 3% damage to elites. And the Firewall Safe House has a 184 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. So that's really it. Like I said, not many, but they're really good. Global Event Blackout, because of the Delta error and bugs they had at the beginning of it, they extended it. They were going to extend it just a couple extra days, but they decided to add a whole nother week onto it. So we have 10 days remaining on the global event, which means if you don't have your Striker, Tactician, Deadeye, or what's the other one, D3 or something like that, this would be the time to buy those caches and try to get them items. The masks are very easy to get. It's probably the easiest mask that I've ever had to get. This mask right here, best way to do it is Lincoln Tunnel. And you and a friend can do it. Y'all take turns basically One person goes through doing the meleeing on one or two of the rounds. You probably do it about 2 or 3 times each, and you'll have the mask. But the main part is when you go down the hall to defend the lady, you have one person go down the hall, the other person jumps up on the scaffolding above the semi, drop a box, and then just sit there, and every time they all jump down, just shock them, hip fire, to shock them and build your meter up, and then you melee them, and it kills them instantly. And you can literally get it in about 45 minutes doing that. The chemist looking mask. Where did I pass it? Yeah, this one. This is one where you got to go in a group and do it on with extreme or total blackout, and you cannot be shocked during the mission. You can either, me and my friend, we did it. We both ran reclaimer and just kept our box down. So even though we were shooting and getting shocked, the immunizer kept us from being shocked, and we got the mask at the end of the run. Another friend of ours needed it, so what we did is we ran it again, and this time we just had him hang out at the very back of the mission the whole time. We would go through, clear everything. Once all the enemies were dead, he would move forward. It was boring for him, but all he did was just walk, and he got the mask. And then this one, go to World Tier 2. Go to World Tier 2. Go up to Clear Sky. Do it on Challenging. And, I stole the signal. There it is. Do Clear Sky, Challenging. You'll go up here. You'll hang to the right. Come down here. And then you just sit there, and all the NPCs that spawn out, just kill them. One will come out with the explosives. You just kill them. Let the explosive drop on the ground. Don't pick them up. Don't go place the explosives. But as long as you don't go place them, they will continue to endlessly spawn. And you can have that really done if you do it solo within 25 to 30 minutes on World Tier 2. It was extremely easy. I just dropped I actually used Reclaimer and did it really easily. So very easy to do that one too. If you're having any problems with it, let me know and I'll help you get them. If you're having any problems doing the new legendaries, Amherst and Grand Central, you're on PS4, send me a friend request, TSwandol. We'll help you get through that. If you're new to the channel, I would really appreciate a like, and if you hit that subscribe button, you'll become part of a community where we help each other. We want to see this game continue to grow. Even though there's not as much player base as there was at one time, they have announced that Division 2 is coming, and so we want to get people back into the game. And plus we got a new thing coming up next month called Shields, which will be items that you earn now and you redeem in the Division 2. So it'd be pretty cool to get the game at launch and have some kind of vanity or some item that no one else can get or achieve because they didn't do these kind of commendations on the Division 1. And the cool thing about it is not like they could just go buy the Division 1 at some time later and go and get them to get those cool items. You can only do it during this one little month period, and then after it's over, it's done. So, yeah. Again, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I love doing the vendor resets every week. I look forward to it. Some weeks it's good items, some weeks it's bad items. This week it happens to be really good. So, y'all be easy. Shadow Razor, you are so lucky. I was just about to get off. But yeah, let me go through them real quick before I sign off here. Let me not grab last week's list. Alright. Best item of the week is the gear vendor inside the base of operations. 202 electronics mod with 4% damage to elites. Dante's Run 197 stamina mod, 3% damage to elites. The Firewall Safe House 184 firearms mod, 3% damage to elites. Wolf's Den has a lightweight M4, 23% enemy armor damage with talented, self-preserved, and predatory. Autumn's Hope has a 267 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. Camp Clinton, the blueprint vendor, has a power level 34 extended magazine blueprint. And then the equipment vendor has a Liberator with 22% enemy armor damage with skilled, responsive, and unforgiving. So not a lot of items, but the items they're very good, nice quality to them. It's not about the quantity, I guess. It's about the quality, and the quality is nice. All right, everyone, y'all have a good one. I'm going to take me a little break real quick. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. My throat is killing me. I'm going to go grab me some Halls real quick and try to soothe it and numb it out. But take me a quick little break. I'll be firing the stream back up, and I think we're going to go run through and do some legendaries, maybe some incursions. So, yeah, check back in, and appreciate it, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all in just a few. Peace.